Sai Ram, we're back with chapter 25 of the Satcharitra and we're continuing with the story called Amaralila, which means the miracle of the mangoes. Once a parcel of about 300 good mangoes was received at Shirdi. It was sent from Goa by a Mamlatdar named Rale to Sai Baba and the package was addressed to Shama. When it was opened, all the mangoes were found to be in good condition. They were left in Shama's charge and only 4 were retained and placed in a pot by Baba. He then said, "These 4 are for Damu Anna, let them remain here." Damu Anna had 2 wives and no children at that point. He had consulted many astrologers, studied astrology himself to some extent, and found that as there was an inauspicious planet in his horoscope, there was no prospect of having children in this life. But he had great faith in Baba. When he went to Shirdi 2 hours after the receipt of the mango parcel, Baba said, "Though other people are looking for the mangoes, they are damyas. The person who they are meant for should eat them and die." Damu Anna, on hearing these words, was shocked. But when Malsapati explained to him that death meant the death of the ego, he said that he would gladly accept the fruits and eat them. But Baba said to him, "Do not eat them alone. Share them with your youngest wife. This Amra Leela will give her 4 sons and 4 daughters." This was done, and ultimately, Baba's words turned out to be true and not of the astrologer. Baba's speech established its efficacy while he was in the flesh, but also after his passing away. Baba said, "Believe me, though I will pass away, the bones in my tomb will give you hope and confidence. My tomb will be speaking, moving, and communicating with those who surrender themselves wholeheartedly to me. Do not be anxious that I will be absent from your life. You will hear my bones speaking about and discussing your welfare. But remember me always, believe in me, heart and soul, and you will benefit greatly." In this regard, the following extract from Damu Anna's statement is worth reading. "Once, when I sat at his feet, I had 2 questions in my mind, and he gave me answers to both. There are so many who come to see Sai. Are they all benefited from seeing him? To this he replied, Look at the mango tree in blossom. If all the flowers bore fruit, what a splendid crop it would be. But do they? Most of them fall off, either as flowers or unripe fruits. Very few remain." The second question was about myself. If Baba were to pass away, how hopelessly adrift would I be, and how am I to fare then? To this Baba answered that he would be with me whenever and whenever I thought of him. This is a promise he kept up before 1918 and has been keeping up after 1918. He's still with me. He is still guiding me. This was about 1910 to 1911. When my brothers separated from me, my sister died. There was a theft in my house and a resulting police inquiry, all of which upset me very much. I was most upset when my sister died. I did not care for life and enjoyments. When I went to Baba, he pacified me with his Updesh and made me eat a feast of Puran Poli at Appa Kulkarni's house and applied sandal paste to my body. Then there was a theft in my house. A close friend of mine stole my wife's jewelry box, including her auspicious nose ring. I wept before Baba's photo. The next day, the man returned with the jewelry box and prayed for forgiveness. Hemadpant closes this chapter with a prayer. O Sai Sadguru, the wish-fulfilling tree for the bhaktas, never let us forget and lose sight of your feet. We have been troubled by the ins and outs, births and deaths in this samsar. Now free us from this cycle of births and deaths. Restrain us from the outgoing nature of our senses to their objects and introvert us. Bring us face to face with the Atma. As long as this outgoing tendency of the senses and the mind is not checked, there is no prospect of self-realization. Neither son, nor wife, nor friend will be of any use in the end. It is only you who will give us salvation and happiness. Destroy completely our tendency for discussions and other evil matters, and let our tongue get a passion for chanting your name. Drive out our thoughts, good or otherwise. Make us forget our body and house, and do away with our egoism. Make us always remember your name and forget all other things. Remove the restlessness of our mind and make it steady and calm. If you clasp us, the darkness of our ignorance will vanish, and we shall live happily in your light. The fact that you made us drink the nectar of your Leelas and awakened us from our slumber is due to your grace and our store of merits in our past births. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. It is hard to say anything after such a deep and moving, genuine prayer. This whole chapter about Damu Anna and how Baba protected him from financial losses through speculation and then blessed him with the progeny that he so desperately desired. It shows us that Baba knows what we want and where we can attain gain and where we will suffer losses. A line in the prayer really hit home with me, which is about free us from our need for discussions. In another chapter, it is said that we cannot attain God by tark vitark, by question and counter question. And that is what most of us do, including me at times. Even when we are alone, we are doing this with our own mind. Let us abandon such habits and wastes of time and turn our mind and our breath into chanting the Lord's name. We will come back with chapter 26 in the next video. Jai Sai Ram.